Edmund, we've got a unique relationship, haven't we? I think.
I think so. I didn't want to say it, but you know.
I'll get out there and say it. I think our relationship is unique because of the way we've worked together for many years now.
4 years.
The reason I said our relationship is unique earlier is because we've actually worked together as I'm your recruiter and you are a candidate.
Yeah.
And also we've worked together on the other side where
a lot.
I recruit for you now.
Loads, actually.
Probably give you a bit of a headache, but...
No, I think if anything, you're fixing headaches.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm going to throw it out there. How did you find working with me as from a candidate perspective? Because there'll be a lot of candidates that are listening to this for so many reasons. What was your experience of recruiters, or what was your experience of me in particular?
Well, in general, there's a lot of recruiters out there, and in general, most of them are rubbish. But you're not one of those. I actually define recruiters in two categories. I think there's the recruiters and then there's headhunters.
Yeah.
And the way I differentiate between the two is recruiters are just trying to put bums on seats. And headhunters are actually understanding the brief. They send a couple as almost like a tester, which you've done plenty of times, especially when it's something that's slightly outside of your, almost you're stretching, you're stretching outside the boundaries of what you normally do. And then receive some feedback and then nail it. And kind of, it's a very quick process to finding the perfect candidate or three perfect candidates. Then got some choice. There's not many good recruiters out there. I think, it makes a big difference because I think candidates stay for longer if they've actually been paired properly.
100%.
Yeah, we've ended up with some really good people through you who are, well, they're not just good people, they're fantastic people who we've got a development plan for them to get to where they, to where they want to be as well. And we've identified something, more than just years of experience. They go above and beyond. Something
you said within that is really, really important to highlight, which I think a lot of hiring managers don't do what you do. You said, I send a couple of CVs to test the waters, especially if it's something that I don't know. Firms are growing, there's new roles coming out, roles that, roles are existing today that didn't 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That will continue to happen. So what is important is when I sent you those CVs, what did you do? You gave feedback to me.
Yeah.
We sat down.
Right. Do people not do that? I've had some recruiters in the past who are clearly fresh to it. And they were saying stuff to me. I was like, you're using like the complete wrong language for this industry.
So you've got a recruiter that works on your brief for you. And if you don't give feedback, they're never going to get it right.
Yeah, it makes absolute sense when you lay it out like that. But I can see why lots of people just kind of almost like assume recruiters would sort of know. But like, especially if they say, oh, I'm a specialist in audit or accounts or whatever.
And I think that's what good recruiters or, excellent recruiters will do. I've said to you before, I don't want you calling me. Headhunters. Experienced recruiters, professionals. Yeah. I don't want you to call me and say, Sheens, this hasn't worked out. Because it's aggro for me, it's aggro for you. If you do genuinely really know a firm and their culture, it should be the long-term view of this candidate matches because of this. And sometimes people might look good on paper, but they're not going to fit with that hiring manager. If I know someone's personality won't go with you or Stuart or someone else in the business, I won't send it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they won't last.
That's why it's working.
Well, long may it continue.
Yeah, exactly.
On the flip side,
you're
my hiring manager.
That's right.
How time flies.
I must be one of your most successful placements because then I became the person that created more work for you.
Exactly. That's the aim of the game, right? So to speak. But from a hiring manager perspective, I now get to work with you, not only as a candidate, because you see we always really got along anyway, didn't we? But I think it's, different that I get to sit down with you, understand the growth plans, sit down with Stuart to say, where's the business going? How can we help with that? How can we support with that? And I think that's where I really get excited. It's not about the one or two placements. It's what is the growth plan here?
Yeah. Well, it's good because, having that insight means that you can plan to ramp up at certain times, we certainly take on a lot of work at certain times of the year. And so those kind of chats are really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on that note of growth,
oh, yeah,
where are we headed? So with Johnson.
Upwards.
And maybe sideways for expansion.
Yeah, probably.
But let's talk about where the business is growing.